It is Wednesday, March the 29th. Just another night of opportunity in the NBA. We were last with you here at Betsafe on Monday. Only hit one of our 3 bets that night, so we look to get back to our winning ways here tonight. I'll be involved in 3 games once again. Would like to go ahead and get to them. Let's start in Philadelphia, where the 76ers host the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta a 1-point favorite at Betsafe, 208 the total in this game. Now the Hawks have really been struggling lately. They had lost 7 straight games before squeaking one out over the Phoenix Suns last night, 95-91. And beating the Suns these days, nothing to brag about because they are openly trying to tank, having shut down 4 of their veteran players for the remainder of the season. So look, the Hawks have been having some real trouble here over these past couple of weeks. They have some injury issues they're dealing with. Their best player, Paul Millsap, has missed the past couple of games. He'll be out tonight as well. And Kent Bazemore and Thabo Sefolosha, both questionable for tonight. So the Hawks really limp into Philadelphia here to face a 76ers team that's been playing pretty well lately. The Sixers have won 2 of their past 3 games, 5-4 in their last 9. They're also playing the second night of a back-to-back here, having beaten Brooklyn 106-101 last night. We mentioned the Hawks dealing with injury issues. Well, the Sixers dealing with some injury issues as well. I mean, Jahlil Okafor may be shut down for the rest of the season. We're not clear as to when he's going to come back. He has a right knee issue. So the Sixers, at the beginning of the season, a surplus of big men. I mean, they had Joel Embiid, Nerlens Noel, and Jahlil Okafor, of course, and now they have none of those guys, but they found a new core. I mean, all respect to Brett Brown for the job he's done over the past couple of years coaching this Sixers team. He's really been shorthanded in terms of talent, but these guys really compete. They found a new core, as we said. T.J. McConnell, Robert Covington, and the rookie Dario Saric have become this team's best players, and they've been playing well on a nightly basis. You look at last night, Covington with 21 and 13, Saric with 23 points, and T.J. McConnell only 8 points but 10 assists. Those guys get 35-plus minutes every night, and as we said, they have turned into the core of this Philadelphia 76ers team. Like we mentioned, the Sixers have won 2 of 3, 5-4 in their last 9 games. This will be their first game at home after a 5-game road trip, and they've been pretty good at home this season. The Sixers just 28-46 overall, but nearly 500 at home, 17-19 at home. Look, these teams moving in opposite directions right now. I know the Hawks a better team, and they'll be a playoff team, while the Sixers will be watching the playoffs on television. But Atlanta will still be without Paul Millsap here. As we said, the Sixers have been much better at home this season than they've been on the road. I think the wrong team might be favored in this situation. I think the Sixers a good bet to pick up a home win tonight, and I like them +1. Moving on now to Orlando, where the Magic host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City a 6-point favorite at Betsafe, 217 the total in this game. Thunder coming off a 1-point win over the Dallas Mavericks on Monday, 92-91. They erased a 13-point deficit in the last 3.5 minutes. That was nice because they had lost to the Houston Rockets on Sunday, so nice to respond with a victory, especially snatching victory from the jaws of defeat as they did. Going on the road to face a Magic team now that's been playing pretty well here over these past couple of weeks. The Magic have won 3 of their past 5 games. They did burn us on Monday night. We were on them on the road in Toronto. They lost that game by 14, I believe. We were getting 9.5 points. But still, they've been playing well over the past couple of weeks, especially offensively. The Magic have averaged 110 points per game over the last 5 contests. You know, they've really taken well to this 3-guard lineup they've been using. Since they dealt Serge Ibaka to the Raptors for Terrence Ross, they have started Ross in Ibaka's place. But Ibaka, of course, a power forward, while Ross is a shooting guard. So, as we said, the Magic have been going with a 3-guard lineup: Elfrid Payton, Evan Fournier, and Terrence Ross. And as we mentioned, it has really helped them on the offensive end, facing a middling defensive team here in the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder surrender better than 106 points per game on better than 46% shooting. That ranks in the bottom half of the NBA in both those categories. The Thunder also a bad road team. 42-31 overall, but just 15-21 away from home this season. You see where I'm going here. The Magic playing hard and playing well, and even though the Thunder have been playing pretty well of late also, not sure they should be a 6-point favorite on the road in Orlando, especially as well as this Magic team has been playing offensively. Like we said, the Thunder not a particularly good defensive team, so I do expect the Magic to score, 108, 110, 112 points in this game. And if they put up that many, are the Thunder going to be able to cover this 6-point number? Not sure about that. Even though Orlando burned us on Monday, back up on the horse here, think they're a pretty good looking bet as a 6-point home underdog. I am on that side of it. Moving on now, final game I'll be involved in on this Wednesday, March the 29th. Marquee game of the night, Golden State Warriors going on the road to face the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs a 4.5-point favorite at Betsafe, 209 the total here. Both these teams rounding into playoff form. The Warriors have now won 8 straight games. The Spurs have won 5 straight. Golden State, though, playing the second night of a back-to-back here. They did beat the Houston Rockets last night. This will be the first time these teams have met, of course, since March the 11th, a game that should live in infamy in the NBA because both these teams sat their best players, despite the fact it was a nationally televised game. Really set off a debate in league circles as far as how the NBA should handle this, with teams resting their star players in the regular season, fans not getting their money's worth and so forth. But both teams expected to play their starters tonight. The Warriors, of course, still without Kevin Durant, but like we said, hasn't mattered lately. They have won 8 straight games. The Spurs, though, they've won 5 straight, and they have done it in dominating fashion. On Monday night, they beat the Cleveland Cavaliers by 29 points. The Spurs have really turned up the heat on the defensive end lately. You look at their last 4 games, they have allowed 74, 98, 90, and 93 points. They're one of only 2 teams in the NBA, along with Utah, to hold teams below 100 points per game this season. They are second in the NBA in both points allowed and opponents' field goal percentage. So San Antonio, an excellent defensive team, and they are really playing well on that side of the ball lately. And Golden State playing the second night of a back-to-back here, so could be on tired legs. Still without Kevin Durant, as we mentioned. Look, I think the Warriors might be better than the Spurs with Kevin Durant, but I do not think they're better than the Spurs without Kevin Durant. And in San Antonio, this is a tough ask for the Warriors. And if you're worried about that 4.5-point number, might I mention that 3 of the Warriors' past 4 losses, they don't lose often, but when they do lose, 3 of their past 4 losses have come by 7 points or more. San Antonio, meanwhile, has won 5 straight. As we said, all 5 of those wins have come by 7 points or more. So I wouldn't sweat the 4.5-point number here too much. And I do think San Antonio likely to pick up the win. This is a big game for them. Remember, they're just 2.5 games behind the Warriors in the battle for the number 1 seed in the Western Conference. Whichever team gets that number 1 seed, of course, will have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. So big game here for both teams. I think San Antonio is slightly better right now, being that the Warriors are still without Durant. Spurs playing at home here, 4.5-point favorite. I think they're going to cover that number. There you have it, folks. Those are my thoughts on this Wednesday, March the 29th. I like the Philadelphia 76ers as a 1-point home underdog against the Atlanta Hawks. I like the Orlando Magic as a 6-point home underdog against Oklahoma City. And I like the San Antonio Spurs to cover 4.5 at home against the Golden State Warriors. I wish you best of luck no matter what you decide to do tonight, just so long as your interests don't conflict with my interest. Enjoy the games, folks.